God is in your story, and whatever season you are in, He is there. God has a purpose in your waiting, and He is orchestrating everything to accomplish His purposes for your life. Lamentations 3 verse 25. The Lord is good to those who wait for Him, to the soul who seeks Him. When you trust the Lord, He will not let you down. He is good to those who wait for Him, and He is good to those who seek after Him. His plans and purposes for you are good. Romans 8, 28 and 29. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to His purpose. For whom He foreknew, He also predestined to be conformed to the image of His Son, that He might be the firstborn among many brethren. God's purpose is that we would be conformed or made into the image of Jesus Christ. And our ultimate purpose when we are in a season of waiting is to glorify the Lord. There are many things we can do when we are waiting on God, and I have a video here that goes into 5 practical ways that we can grow in the Lord when we are in a season of waiting. But our ultimate purpose is to glorify the Lord. So, what is God doing when we are waiting upon Him? God is orchestrating everything behind the scenes so that everything happens at the exact moment that He intends and plans. Maybe it's so that we will meet a certain person at a very specific time, or maybe we have to wait so that certain life events happen exactly when they need to. God knows what's in front of us, and He knows what's best for us. An example of this happened in my own life when Stephen and I were engaged. Living in the Bay Area is one of the most expensive places in the United States to live. Here we were engaged, and I couldn't work, and we couldn't live off of Stephen's salary alone. Right before we got married, Stephen got a promotion that allowed us to live on his salary. God was growing both of us in our trust that God would provide. God knew exactly what we needed and when we needed, and He orchestrated it at the exact time, at the perfect time. If God is orchestrating everything in our life, if His plans and purposes are good, then God is in our waiting. Paul Tripp says, "The Lord who has called you to wait is with you in your wait." So how can we learn to recognize God in our seasons of waiting? I have 3 ways in which we can see God in our everyday life in those small moments or in our season of waiting. Number 1, look for answers to prayers and write them down. Number 2, look for evidence of God's faithfulness, His love, and His care for you. And number 3, look for God's unexpected timing. Remember, waiting on God is a confident expectation that God is working even when we don't see it, and a readiness for us to act as He shows us. I want to encourage you that if you are in a season of waiting right now, the Lord will make it happen at the right time. Bye, friends.